President Biden being accused of sending mixed messages on wearing masks outdoors. The White House defending Biden covering up outside, even though the CDC says it is no longer necessary. Take a look.
We do take some extra precautions for him because he is the president of the United States. But I would say that people should follow the CDC guidelines and they should take advantage of getting the vaccine, getting fully vaccinated, and taking that mask off.
So, Greg, we had a president who had to be dragged into wearing a mask. Now we have a president who won't take off the mask. Who do you think is doing more harm?
Oh, definitely Joe Biden, because actually Donald Trump was following the science and, in fact, was one step ahead of the science in a number of ways, including the vaccine rollout and, of course, if you remember, the travel ban, which President Joe Biden, when he wasn't president, called xenophobic. So that makes Joe Biden presently xenophobic for putting a travel ban with India. So let's dispel that lie once and for all that Trump ran away from masks. He went further than most people when it came to shutting down the economy, his economy, I might add, that he was doing pretty great at the time. I guess, you know what, maybe Joe isn't going far enough on this. You know what, maybe he should just roll himself up in bubble wrap and then travel around in a fully encapsulated Pope mobile. Because, you know what, it's pretty clear he doesn't trust the vaccine. He didn't trust the vaccine when it came out. He said, look, it's Trump's vaccine. And now he's giving this message to people that they shouldn't get the vaccine. Isn't that true? Isn't that a dangerous message he's sending? Is that his intention? I don't know. See, it sounds very familiar, doesn't it? That's the way they treated Trump about the mask.
Okay. So, Dana, I think the message from Biden is let's go the extra mile. I'm wondering, doesn't that make sense? Stay alert to danger, get the shots, keep social distancing?
No, I don't. I don't. He's the president of the United States. He is, for example, when he's outside and he's only surrounded 6 feet away by people at the speech, for example, last week in Atlanta, by other people who are fully vaccinated, by not taking off his mask, by making it a big thing and the symbol, right? Think about Michael Deaver, who worked for Ronald Reagan. The image is almost more important than what you say. So they're saying to you, follow the CDC guidance, but they're showing you that you shouldn't. And you have to wonder about these people. There are a lot of people being called anti-vax, right? And that's supposed to be this huge insult. Well, to me, if you don't trust the vaccine at some point, are you anti-vax as well? I don't think that the president and the first lady are providing the image about getting back. And I think, look, they are going to take credit for this economy. We're talking about possible economic growth of 9% towards the end of this year. You know they're going to take credit for that. So why not just start now by allowing people say, like, it's okay to get back to normal? Even Governor Cuomo is saying that in 2 weeks, we're going to be able to go to Broadway with other vaccinated people. So to me, the image is just terrible.
All right, so Katie, I'm wondering, is this argument over the mask more politics than science? Because I know a lot of people who were reluctant to follow the science, a year or so ago. They were refusing to wear the mask when the CDC recommended it, but now they're saying, yep, follow the science. I'm just wondering, is this just a political argument?
Well, look, Juan, from the beginning, we've seen that the science has not been clear. I mean, Dr. Fauci came out, did a whole 60-minute sit-down, said, don't wear masks. They won't help you with this. You had the Surgeon General screaming at people on Twitter for buying masks. And then they come back, and that's when Trump was saying, I'm not going to wear one because Dr. Fauci is telling me not to. And then a couple months later, they're then demanding that everybody wear them. You have these mask mandates in states. And so they've changed their mind a lot when it comes to what you are and what you're not supposed to do. And now you have an administration that is repeatedly saying, trust the science, listen to the science, when they aren't listening to the science or trusting the CDC themselves. So if they don't trust the CDC, then why would they think that Americans who have been looking for the government for guidance through a pandemic, who have not been clear with them about what they should be doing, why would they believe what they're being told is true anymore. And there is this idea that if you don't wear a mask properly, which many doctors have been saying over the past year, that can actually cause problems with your health because you're touching your face. If you're not wearing a new mask that gets dirty with other infectious bacteria and other illnesses that can get caught up in your mask if you're not changing it properly. And so anymore, when you look at the way that Biden's handling this, it's more of a virtue signaling issue than it is about the science. I saw a guy the other day on a motorcycle on the freeway with no helmet, but with a mask on. I mean, come on, guys.
It's ridiculous.
The risk factor here.
All right.
I mean, come on.
So Jesse, let's say we go out to a restaurant for dinner, right? And it's got 100 people in it. And according to the CDC right now, 70 of the 100 really wouldn't be vaccinated. But let's say they have on masks or they don't have on masks, they're pretending to have been vaccinated. Does it matter to you, or do you think, hey, you know, we're allowing people to pretend that everything's okay, they don't need a mask?
What matters to me is who's paying, Juan. Is it me? Or is it you?
Well, I got
Once
it.
we get that out of the way, we can talk about the coronavirus. No, Juan, if I'm inside, I'll play along and I'll put the mask on when I walk to my table and then I'll take it off and I'll eat. I'll play along, but it doesn't bother me. And you know better than anybody that Biden is just doing this as lazy symbolism. It worked in the campaign, but it doesn't work now. Right now, we're at below 300 deaths a day, down from 3,000 deaths a day, and he needs to kind of take off the reins and let this country soar. He's like Linus with his blanket. It's getting weird now, Juan. Is he going to have his presidential picture painted with a mask on? I don't really think he believes in the vaccine. I think deep down he doesn't trust the science. He thinks Trump meddled with the labs, and he's an anti-vaxxer. There's no other way to explain it, and you can't convince me otherwise, Juan. He's not leading. He's never been a follower. And if you look at the action in the state level, Biden's sitting back doing nothing. It's the Republicans and even some Democrat governors that are taking the lead on lifting the restrictions, the mask mandates. They've been right on classrooms, on the science from the jump, the beaches. They've been doing all the heavy lifting, while Biden's really done nothing except trying to take credit and act like he's super Mr. Safety. I think he's scared of catching it and having us, or catching it, or not having having a third surge after he's taken his mask off. That's probably what's going on.